Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Hello, testing.
Good morning. Thank you everybody for joining us this morning for our Osebo Dharma service today. Osebo is the year-end appreciation service that we have every year to give thanks to our senseis and everyone here for joining us. So we'll begin service today with the ringing of the concho, followed by the chanting of Jusei Ge, and that's found on page 93 in the purple book or on the screen in front of you.
Namanda, 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 Namanda. Shall Namandas, 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 namandas.
Now we will be excusing the Dharma kids for their Dharma kids session today. So before we do that, could all the kids come up and do Oshoko? And also, I believe if you, Sensei has something.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh.
Thank you for coming today. And today is the last service for the year. So this is a gift from our temple. And inside the bucket is the goodie one of members donated. So after organization, did you offer anything?
Good morning. How are you? Thank you for coming. You don't want to beg? Julie, get your bag. You don't want to beg?
Very much. Have a good class today. Now we will have the reading of Three Treasures by Reverend Takata.
Please join me in reading the Three Treasures. How it is to receive a human form. Now we have received it. Difficult is it to hear the Buddha Dharma. Now we hear it. If we do not receive awakening in this life, in what life shall we do so? Let us reverently take refuge together in the Three Treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. Together with all beings, may we attain the great way of enlightenment, awakening to the supreme intent of the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. Together with all beings, may we enter the storehouse of Dharma, acquiring wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. Together with all beings, may we become united as a great assembly, being free of all bondage. Have it to encounter the supreme, profound, and wondrous Dharma, even in 100,000 million kalpas. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us truly understand the true intent of the Tathagata. Namo Amida Butsu Namman. 第三問、人参受けがたし、今すでに受く。仏法聞きがたし、今すでに聞く。好み根性に向かってどせずんば、さらにいずれの章に向かってか好みをどせん。大衆もろともに、四神に三方に消えし立てまつるべし。自ら仏に消えし立てまつる。まさに願わくは主情とともに、大道を体現して無常意を起こさん。自ら法に消えし立てまつる。まさに願わくは主情とともに、深く共同に入りて知恵海のごとくならん。自ら僧に消えし立てまつる。まさに願わくは主情とともに、来週を通りして一切無下ならん。無常人人未明の本は、百千万号にも愛おうことかたし、我今検問し受持することを得たり、願わくは如来の真実にを下し立てまつらん。ナマンダウス、ナンマンダウス、ナンマンダウス、ナンマン。
Now we will have a Dharma message by Reverend Takata.
Could you please join me in that show? This is a saying of our founder, Shinran Shonin. Amida Buddha, who attained Buddhahood in the infinite past, full of compassion for foolish beings of the five defilements, took the form of Shakyamuni Buddha and appeared in Gaia. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Namo. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending our Dharma service today. I wish to welcome all of you, and a special welcome to those who are attending our service for the first time. I guess many of you read the newspaper daily. I don't take papers, but I read them online. There are many newspapers in this world, and they give us various informations, such as both current and past events, local and national political events, business, entertainment, sports, etc. Which information do you read first? When I wake up every morning, I visit Rafu Shimpo and LA Times. On the first page, I read is the obituary page. I just make sure you are not passing. Then I go to the weather page and then the main page. If I'm interested in the events or articles in the news, I check another newspaper out. If the news is about an event which was already taken place, the content of the article is very similar. However, it is like political issues or personal issues. I can see the different views made by the reporters and writers of each paper company. Thus, each person has a different view of that event or incident. Also, we readers have different views on the articles. However, from the Buddha's eyes, we are all equal, and there is nothing to compare. Although we always create our own world by our limited thoughts, which arise from our self-centered mind, the Dharma, the Buddha's teaching, is absolutely truth and free from self-centered thoughts. Thus, Dharma is called universal truth. Like newspapers, there are many Buddhist scriptures and sutras that provide us the information about the teaching of the Buddha. After Shakyamuni Buddha attained his enlightenment, he preached his Dharma to the Sangha according to the needs of each Sangha's particular situation and each occasion's particular circumstances. This is the reason why it is said that there are 84,000 different paths to reach our ultimate goal, which is awakening to the universal truth. After the passing of Shakyamuni Buddha, one of the problems was raised among the Sangha. It was that the Buddha didn't leave his teaching in any written form. For this reason, there was a need to identify and make sure what Shakyamuni Buddha preached during his lifetime to avoid any misunderstandings or misinterpretations among Sangha. The sutras were compiled in order to correctly transmit the teaching of the Buddha. By the way, I wear my Wagesa. When I open this Wagesa, it will be like Furoshiki. This is a minister's Wagesa we usually wear. And if I open this Wagesa, this will be like Furoshiki. I cannot open all, but this is like, the piece of, the cloth. And when Shakyamuni Buddha traveled, one of his disciples, Ananda, always accompanied Buddha. In the Buddha's last years, the Buddha often asked Ananda to fold his outer wear into 4 pieces, to sit down on it to deliver the teaching of the Buddha. A monk's outer wear is not like our regular clothes, which is like a big piece of cloth. Like, the big piece of cloth. The Buddha always asked to fold 4 pieces. The Buddha always asked to fall into 4 pieces, which represent the 4 Noble Truths. So our Wagesa represents the truth of the Dharma. And Wagesa is tied with a string, this string. Can you see? And this is called Sutara in Chinese, and Sutra in Sanskrit, and Kyo in Japanese, or Kyo in Japanese. So this represents the Buddha's teaching. When we open the service book, we raise the book to our forehead with both hands to express our gratitude for receiving the precious teaching of the Buddha. And you probably have your own okesa or monto shikisho. Your okesa is like a service book. So whenever you wear your own wagesa, you also raise it to your forehead to express your gratitude to the Buddha and the teaching. Anyway, as I mentioned earlier, there are 84,000 teachings in Buddhism. Therefore, many sutras exist in this world. Among many sutras, Shinran Shonin selected only 3 sutras. And you can see the scroll in our altar. There are 4 standing scrolls. From the right side, 2 scrolls are larger sutra, then meditation sutra, and Amida sutra. Only 3 sutra Shinran Shonin selected from 84,000 teachings. And the newspaper we read also gives us many information, but the news always changes if a new day comes. However, the sutras or scriptures, which are the Buddha's teaching, never change. Since the Buddha entered into Nirvana, about 3,000 years have passed. However, the Buddha's teaching never changed. Because the Buddha's teaching is a universal truth, it means his teachings should make sense and be acceptable to everyone at any time and in any place, regardless of age, nationalities, ethics, etc. At the beginning of my message, I shared the saying of Shinran Shonin, Amida Buddha, who attained Buddhahood in the infinite past, full of compassion for foolish beings of the 5 defilements, took the form of Shakyamuni Buddha and appeared in Gaya. So Shinran Shonin believed Amida Buddha is a universal and everlasting Buddha. In other words, Amida Buddha is Shakyamuni Buddha's original Buddhahood. Amida Buddha is a manifestation of what Shakyamuni Buddha had attained. And Amida Buddha took the form of Shakyamuni Buddha to expand Amida Buddha's teaching by appearing in this world as a human being to teach us about his caring mind and heart to all beings. This is why we enshrine only Amida Buddha on our altar. And this Amida Buddha represents Shakyamuni Buddha and all of our loved ones. And this morning, the Dharma kids are learning about the relationship between Shakyamuni Buddha and Amida Buddha. So I'm sharing this. Let us listen to the universal truth made available by Amida Buddha and be aware of never-ending and changing compassionate working of the Buddha. Thank you for listening. Would you please join me in the show? Namo Amida Butsu, Namman Dautsu, Namman Dautsu, Namman. We now by Master Renyo, so please join me. We rely upon Amida Buddha with our whole heart for the enlightenment in the life to come, abstaining from all sundry practices and teachings, and giving up the trust in our imperfect view. There is no doubt that the assurance of enlightenment comes at the very moment we enter us, and we recite the nimbus Namo Amida Butsu in joy and gratitude for the Buddha's compassion. We also acknowledge gratefully the benign benevolence of our founder and succeeding masters who have led us to live in this profound teaching, and we do now endeavor to follow throughout our lives the way laid down for us. 両下質言、もろもろの同業脱臭自力の心を振り捨てて、一心に阿弥陀如来、我らが今度の一大事の御所、御助け総来と頼み申して候。頼む一年の時、往生一条御助け事情と存じ、この上の称名は、ご恩報者と存じ、喜び申し候。この恩ことあり、弔問申し分け候こと、ご解散承認ご出世のご恩、次第僧正の弁理式の朝からざるご関係のご恩と、ありがたく存じ候。この上は定めおかせらるる恩をきて、一号限り守り申すべく候。何万ダウス、何万ダウス、何万ダウス、何万ダウス。
Thank you, Sensei, for your Dharma message this morning. Before we continue, can we get Reverend Umezu? Right now she's helping with the Dharma Kids class right now. But while she's doing that, just a reminder that after service today, about 5 minutes after service, we'll be having our DRS session, or Dharma Reflection session. That'll be happening in the back meeting room, right in the back there. So everyone's welcome to join that. And Reverend Umezu will be leading that, and she'll be discussing more about the topics that we're talking about today. So, okay. Well, she's in the session right now, but I guess we'll just have Sensei here. So, Sensei, if you don't mind coming up, again, reminding you that today is Osebo, so it's our year-end appreciation day. So, we would like to thank Reverend Takata for his great leadership of the Dharma and sharing his Dharma with us every week. So, Sensei, if you want to come up here. in the front, I guess, and then I will present you with envelope. Give me 1 second. And that was on behalf of the West Los Angeles Buddhist Temple. So thank you very much again, Sensei, for your leadership leading us through this year. We also have one for Reverend Umezu as well that we will give to her later. And I was also told that the Dharma School with Grace Mitsushima, she wasn't able to come today, but they will be presenting something at a later time as well. So thank you very much, everybody. Lastly, I think we have a few announcements. So let me bring that up here, maybe. Okay, so on next weekend, we have our Bodhi Day Dharma service. It's at 10 a.m., and our guest speaker is the minister's assistant at Arizona Buddhist Temple, and that's Reverend Vaughn Magnin. And that is, again, on next Sunday. The following week after that, we have our Mochitsuki on Saturday. So right after that, we have our general temple cleanup, so we can clean up all the mess we made making mochi in the kaikan. So if you could help us with that, please come by December 17th at 9 a.m. We won't be having service that day. And then on New Year's Eve, we have our Dharma service at 6 p.m. Everyone is welcome to come. We'll be having a quick service, and we'll be ringing the bell to ring in the new year. And the day after that is New Year's Day service, which we'll be having at 10 a.m. So please join us on New Year's Day. Well, today's the last day of the Dharma class for this year, so hopefully we'll bringing that back next year, and we'll be having more sessions soon. Our next weekend, December 10th, we have another movie. The last couple of movies have been great, so I can't tell you what it is right now, but if you ask Reverend Umezu, she might be able to tell you what movie they're going to play. And typically we have popcorn and treats and things, and we have a Dharma discussion right after that. So it was always a really fun time. So come by for that. Every third Friday of the month, we have this is the Mochitsuki notice, but I think if you can still come by, and we may have extras on December 16th, in 2 Saturdays from now. So if you still want to get mochi, I think we may have extras for you there. And if you want to help, we're always looking for help, so please come by to help with that. Bingo at the temple every third Friday of the month. Starts at 7 p.m. Here at the temple in the Kaikan, and we usually serve light snacks. And the more people that show up, the more prizes they give out. So come by for that. And we still have West LA T-shirts. Connie just had a bunch more made, so we have more available to you. So you can either order them online, or you can come see one of us, or send us email us at the temple, and we'll get one over to you. They're $20. There's a V-neck and a crew neck design. And finally, we have a bunch of projects we're doing for our centennial that's happening in 2026. One of which is the Nakotsudo project that we have here. So this is what our new Nakotsudo is going to look like. It's going to be behind the altar here, and right now it's in the process of being built in Japan, and they'll ship it out here next year, and we'll install it for our centennial. Some of the other projects we've been doing, I don't know if you've noticed, but we have new flooring in our altar, and then we have our new the offices. If you haven't seen the offices, the new offices have been kind of done. So come out and see that. All right. That's all. Looks like Reverend Mezu is back. So, Reverend Mezu, if you want to come up here to the front here. And then on behalf. Great. And on behalf of West Los Angeles Buddhist Temple, I wanted to present you. Thank you very much. Thank you for all your hard work this year and
Thank you very much.
sharing the Dharma.
For all of your support and your attendance, and I hope we can continue in next year listening to Buddha Dharma together. Building our community, strengthening our community. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Reverend Mezu. And thank you again for joining us for today for service. Again, we have the Dharma reflection session shortly, probably 5-10 minutes after we wrap out here today. So if you want to join us, we'll be in the back room, meeting room, right after this. All right, Sensei.
Thank you very much. And students or newcomers, if you have any questions, please come forward. I can have a question and answer session. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.